in that manner. We know, Jose. Why does he have to do that? Why?
Because he's Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
And he's hurting. And he's hurting even more after going so close to what would have been a fantastic victory for them.
Well, it's their own fault, Andy. They wasted enough time during the course of the 90 for there to have been 60 minutes added.
Look, he says something to him.
No, he comes past him there, Rudy, and nothing happens. I think it's on the way back. Yeah, there he goes. It's on the way back.
Yeah, but I think he did it already in the first place. Because he goes down the first time. If you go back to it, I think he did it already when he... Here, look, he's still talking to him.
You can't do that, Rudy, no matter what the provocation.
As a coach,
if a player does that, you go off.
No, honestly, right, listen, I don't know what the kid said to him, who shouldn't have been on the pitch in the first place. That should be dealt with. That's first. That was wrong, that the masseur, was it?
I've made a call. It was a masseur who came from the tunnel. He wasn't on the bench. By the way, Andy, it's continued into the tunnel and beyond with Mourinho outside the Chelsea dressing room trying to get hold of the masseur. Now... You don't be... Look, this here. Look at this.
Yeah, you don't need that. That is provocative. But the problem was when he left, then all of a sudden, first Chelsea was in his heart, and then it's Man United in his heart. So that was the thing. That's the reason why
Rudy, do you think it's in his heart? No, I disagree.
Everybody's in his heart.
No, it's not. It's simply about him.
Yeah, it is
it's
about
not about Manchester United.
Look.
Because if it was, he'd have more class than that. You cannot behave like that.
You see, what gets him, I think what gets him, now, obviously I don't know, but I'm guessing here, but I can offer an opinion. The three, what's happened is he's left Chelsea, he won 3 titles. Any coach that's gone to a club, you would know, and has won 3 titles. Yeah. After a team hadn't won it for 50 years.
Yes.
Chelsea, right? Should be revered. Should be, and year, no matter where he goes, when he comes back to that club, you would think he would be lauded and held up, right, as a brilliant coach. And we love him because he won his 3 titles, right? But he's not. Chelsea fans don't hold him like that. And I think that gets him.
I think
and that's why he sits there and goes like that.
That is because of himself.
Yes.
It's not because of the club. No, it's because how he behaves.
It's him, but he doesn't get revered. He isn't as well thought of, Rude, as a coach who won 3 Premier League titles should be.
He's reacted there to some provocation. Who is the great provocateur? Who run down touchlines most of his life? Who screamed onto the pitch at Barcelona after they won? Who was it in the League Cup final doing this to Liverpool fans?
It's the biter bit almost today.
You can't do that.
But you forget something, You forget something.
What?
We have to give him a compliment also second half.
I
think his team responded
his behaviour,
really
once
well.
again, has left us talking about him.
I mean, I think right now we're debating whether what happened at the end of the game was palatable. It wasn't. From both sides. I think Chelsea are as guilty. They'll have to deal with the masseur. Right? So that was something that shouldn't have happened. But I cannot think, I'm trying to think now, of another manager that would have reacted like Jose.
No.
And chased the guy down the tunnel.
Because he's a man under stress, huh?
Yes, he is.
He's a man under stress.
Yes, yeah, right.
And you can see it if he goes after that. He goes to the crowd of Man United. He wants the applause. He wants to win their love again, their affection.
Rudy, David Wagner, Rafa Benitez, Neil Warnock. These guys are under pressure. They're at the bottom end of the Premier League. He's managing Manchester United, and he's got all the tools that he wants and available to him. You cannot behave like that.
There's still pressure.
There's still pressure because if you're a club who expects...
You cannot behave like that.
I cannot... Listen, I've seen Fergie for 25 years argue with people on the touchline and say things and get spiky. Never saw that.
It's one thing being competitive.
No. I loved always with Fergie. Then when he goes, watch it, go to his watch.
Tells the referee. No, but he never reacted like that.
The only time I've seen Fergie was with Mancini in the City derby, if you remember. The two of them had a little ruck on the touchline. But other than that...
That's not that.
That's not that.
Look,
that's
also Wenger...
What would he have done if he caught him?
Well, that's what I was just imagining. What if the stewards had stopped him?
Arsene had it. Some coaches, they react.
And it's a shame. And it's a shame because, I mean, the first half was... Well, forgettable.
Anemic.
Yeah, it was forgettable. United were nothing, they offered nothing, they were very passive. And the turnaround again, second half, the way it was against Newcastle, and they provided us with 2 terrific goals.
Yes.
Although you could pick the bones about defensively how poor Chelsea were.
Well, they trailed at half-time by a goal to nil. Yeah. They hadn't had a kick virtually,
had they? They did well the second half. After a while, they were even passing it after a while. But I was like, okay,
Yeah, but they got 30 yards further up the pitch, second half.
Because they have to.
Yes.
And that's what they
so why
need
not start
to
like
start.
that?
Yes, that's what we say. But that is not in his DNA.
No, it's not.
And that is the point. I remember when he came to Chelsea the second time, Abramovich said, you can come to us, but you need to play attractive football. And he did.
But he would also argue, and rightly, Ruud, because they were still in it, that by not conceding more than this at the end of 45, he had a chance to go and win it.
Yes.
So who's right?
Well, that's fair. Yeah, but that's if you want to be a coach that does that, is negative for 45 minutes until it sees whether he's up or down. I don't get that, no. Manchester United should play... They did second half for 90 minutes of the game. They're good enough to do it. The players are good enough to do it.
The thing is, what you see with Man United is that you see that they adapt themselves always to the opposition too much.
What sort of
While
game I
Man
wonder?
United should go to a game and only considering that the opposition is always adapting to them.
This was a big moment, Ruud. What if you see this moment here? That sums up to me why I think Chelsea won't win the league. They haven't got a proper number.
They don't. Can you imagine that Kanté had a good kick also? It was a great save, by the way, by De Gea. But
that was a
they don't have a striker because also Giroud. I don't know how many chances does he has. They don't come in positions that create anything for them. Yeah. And you know what the worst part is? You can see that William and Hazard, they go all the time dribble inside because they don't trust them. They dribble inside. It's also difficult for a striker to play with these two who go inside all the time. You don't know where to go. But also when the crosses are in, and I think there was a possibility in the first half where you said, where's Morata in the middle? And he isn't there, so they don't trust him.
Now, Anthony Martial, Andy, not your favourite, but since he scored his first goal for Manchester United in September, I think 3 years ago, he's gone on to get 40, more than any other Manchester United footballer in that period of time. Here's his 39th to make it 1-1.
Oh, two terrific finishes from him today. Two terrific finishes. That, just to control it. They never defended it very well, Chelsea.
No, because Alonso was on the pitch.
Yeah, he got caught there with Lukaku.
He was caught here. Look, you can see it. He's still on the pitch, and that's the reason why that space was left. Look, here you go. Here the ball comes in, just straight in front of Alonso. And
also I think what happened with as well. I mean, we talked too much about Paul Pogba. I mean, that's shocking defending from David. I mean, that's schoolboy. Yeah. You're under 14s. You'd be giving your young kid some stick,
but it's good finish.
Great finish. But that's terrible. What David Luiz, Mata's not going to outrun him. He can only outskill him. That's what he did. It was poor defending.
You are a football player. Here, look at this pass. Should the goalkeeper then already be on the left side?
Because he knows he can only go there?
Yes, I don't understand.
Because he knows he's going to use the player to bend it round him?
Yes, he needs to.
Yeah, I get
There's
that.
no other possibility.
Unless could he reverse it? Let's have a look.
No,
I get what you're saying.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's just logic.
So taking a step.
It's just
take
logic.
A step.
Yeah, now, again, Andy, not your favourite, Mike Dean, but in my view, brave today because United, on the one hand, you could say were professional in the time they wasted, but he was having none of it. Added 6 minutes. This becomes the latest goal United have conceded since 2009 in the Premier League.
Well,
they only had themselves to blame.
This header's the reason.
It's a good header, by the way.
Stunning header from Luis.
Yes.
But if you're the architect of your own downfall, and they were, then they can't have any complaints, surely.
No, I think they couldn't have any. They won't have any complaints about the time added on. No, impossible. But what will hurt them they've conceded a goal in almost the 6th minute. Well, it was a 6th minute of stoppage time. That hurts.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Shame that we haven't got time to hear from Jose Mourinho. I'm joking. Here he is.